I gotta find a way out. Oh, someone. Hey, how did you get in here? Oh my gosh, it's been so long. I've been trapped in here for ages and ages. Finally, nice to know that there's someone else here. How are you? How long have you been trapped in here? For how long? Oh gosh, we've got to find a way out of here. Here. Hi. Well, I need to find a way out of here, but while I'm looking, I guess I should probably tell you about what's going to be going on today. And today we're going to be learning how to color drawings. So I'd like you guys to get ready. You guys get ready. I'll try to look for a way out of here so we can actually get out of here properly, and I can educate you all. But you probably shouldn't be here. So let me get you up. You shouldn't be here. I should be the only one here. Well, it's not safe. It's not safe here. The only place you're gonna hide is you're not gonna like it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Quickly, it's not safe. Come in my mouth. Okay. I found a way to escape. He's coming after me. Okay, we're about to begin. Alright, let's go. Now, start the video. I've made it. Okay. Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be doing something very interesting. Man, that was a very intense chase. He couldn't even let me go. But I've managed to drop kick him. And he was large, and he was quite able-bodied, but I managed to take him down. So, now that that's that, hi. We are going to be learning how to color drawings. And my tablet's here, all set and ready to go. I had my mommy take care of it for me. So, while I was being busy, being trapped in the closet in some random dude's house. But don't worry. My safety doesn't matter because the video matters. What the fuck are y'all doing? Anyways, let's get into the video. But first, hang on. Get your ass over here. Hey, how you doing? How's my hair? It's probably shit because it just got done being chased from someone's house. But hey, don't worry about that shit. Hey, thank you for all the nice comments that you all have left on the last video. I honestly was not expecting that video to perform as well as it did, and all of you seem to really like the way I teach and liked my funny wacky persona, so nothing could make me more happy. So here's to having the entire channel grow and have our nice community going strong. Check out my Instagram. I'm doing Inktober over there, so we can just have a good time. But yes, thank you. Now, back the fuck away from me. Back the fuck up. All right, you're a little too close. Let's get into it. All right, here we are in the Photoshop, And what I already have up here on the canvas is my base sketch for the figure, my full-on sketch with clothing, as well as the line art. Line art is all we're going to need for today's example. Now, usually what I do to begin is, number one, I have the line art ready, and number two, I select the entire figure around just so I can, keep everything, all the rendering and the coloring inside and keep everything nice and lined up. So, let me do that really quickly. Fuck. God, look at those fucking meaty biceps. Holy shit. Actually, while we're on the topic of big bulging biceps, I'm going to take this time to promote my DnD show. What does this have to do with the drawing? Well, this is my character Zelron, who is the Kensei monk tiefling man. And he is this sexy, very, very sexy individual. I've designed him and his mom. Yes, his mom. I've played his mom before. To be these unnaturally sexy demon people. So, don't ask questions. But anyways, back to the plug. We do our D&D shows at the Swinging Swordsmen. You can go check out our show. If you like me and my personality, you just want to see this character in action, go over there and check it out. It's run by my friend Carlo. But yeah, plug over. We're doing Whisper of Winter. So I guess the plug wasn't over. Now it's over. We're back to the drawing. Alright, now that we've got the actual character nice and outlined, what I like to do, I like to go back in with the selection tool and grab anything that I've ever overshot. Like areas like here comes to mind. I just go in and boop, just like that. Also, you can, if you're having a lasso tool, you can click on these two squares join together, and boom. You don't have to worry about holding shift. This is completely hands-free, and if you need to, you can always just boom, go back in, click on that, and deselect anything that you might have. Boom. Science. Now, we got the entire character filled. It's time to get into the good shit. Alright, that's just part 1. Part 2 is lighting. So, one way that you can do it is, well, one way that should be always ironclad is, number 1, have a reference, or go to this awesome little website called Magic Poser Web. Alright, now we are on a website called Magic Poser Web, and ooh, this angle's kind of cool. If you want to stream, I can stream some art if you want. I do stream art. You should come by. I rarely do it, but when I do it. I will announce it. Anyways, we are on a website called Magic Poser Web, and this is a great place to go. If you can't find references for the actual pose you're doing, just make your own. This is a lighting posing simulator, and this is your light source. So I'm going to educate you on the 4 main types of lighting situations, the 4 main fundamentals of light and shadow themselves. You have the light source, which includes every other light source. Whether you have, the sun, multiple different light sources, they all come together. Yeah, you got that. And then you got the main shadows that those light sources create. You have ambient occlusion, which is what happens when 2 objects are in close proximation of each other. Okay, they're going to create a little shadow in between those. So for things like butt cheeks, yeah, in case you're wondering. And 4, you have ambient light. Now, ambient light is very special because depending on the actual scenario that you're in and the actual background you have behind you, it's going to create a little bit of tint to those shadows. So I'm going to quickly go in and I'm going to pose this character, and then we can actually figure out some sort of lighting situation. And when I have the lighting situation down packed, I will show you, and then we can transfer back over to Photoshop and we can get to work. Okay, now that we have this pretty much posed and ready to go, I'm going to zoom in, get the angle right. That needs to be perfect. Actually, I might need to push this back a bit, bring this up a little more. There we go. Got my man looking like Spider-Man. Yeah, that'll work. And we're gonna just take a quick little screenshot with the snipping tool, and then we'll be ready. Alright, now we're ready to begin. So, we have our figure copied, we have everything that we need to begin. And so, what I usually do is I go in with a nice brush, my paintbrush that I told you all about yesterday. Make sure to also set your layers to clipping mask to your base color, to your flat color there, just so you can make sure you don't go outside these lines or anything like that. And then we begin. So first I'm gonna get my ambient occlusion. We don't really need to worry about this figure for now, because this is mainly for my shadows and my main stuff, and it's not too it's not too complicated. So we're gonna go in, and we're just gonna go in with some ambient occlusion. What I do is I pair my selection tool with a nice soft brush, and I just go in to make sure these gradients are nice and smooth. So I'm gonna do this, and I'll be right with you in a bit. I forgot to mention that while you're doing this, make sure you're doing this with no light source in mind. No matter what light source you thought of before, it doesn't matter, because this is ambient occlusion. This is two objects being close together, so no light sources are included. Just like here, I'm not gonna do anything because this is where a core shadow would be. But something like here, where the objects kind of line up, it would, get a shadow. Well, it would get an ambient occlusion shadow. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. No light sources. Make sure you keep the forms in mind as well, because you don't want to just go willy-nilly shading. Make sure you keep the forms in mind. Now also keep the anatomy in mind. The shin bone is much more rigid on the right side of the left leg. This is my left, okay? You know what I mean. Alright, so that's a decent render for the ambient occlusion. What I have left to do now is just this blade right here. So once we have this done, we can actually finally be getting the good part, and that is the shadows themselves. And now we can actually begin the shading. So we're gonna go in with the same round brush, and we're just gonna refine. Number one, we're gonna refine some of these edges, and we are going to add our core shadows. So, be back to you in a second. No, can't be here. You want to draw too? Here's a pen. Okay. She just likes to do, like, drawing, I guess. So, why not? Now, as things are far away, gets further away from the light source, the less defined they become. So, like here, the edge here is going to be more crisp, more, you know, I guess, pronounced. Meanwhile, as you go beyond it, it starts to fade, just like that. Keep that in mind. Alright, so here I did something wrong. I'll also put a timestamp to this part of the video early on, but I did something wrong. So, as you saw, depending on the light source, you may have to cover up some of your ambient occlusion. And I'm talking about like a lot of it. So, I'd recommend probably doing, depending on the reference, obviously, depending on your pose, probably do your shadows, your core shadows first, and then come in later on into those shadows and do your ambient occlusion, because you wouldn't want to do all that work on your ambient occlusion and having to cover it all up, and then you have to do it again, but darker. So, or you can just keep them on separate layers, which I recommend. But if you don't want to do that, then I recommend you just start out with your core shadow and then your ambient occlusion. But yeah, so that's my bad. Alright, so I think that's a pretty good, that's a pretty good bit start. Because we're going to do most of our extra stuff during the rendering process. But this is a fantastic way to get started. Alright, now that we got that done, we can start filling in the base colors of our character. And that's gonna be up to you. I'm not really gonna go through the process on, how does one choose colors. Then maybe I'll make a color theory episode if you guys want that. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in these colors for Zelron, and we can get started on the full final render of the drawing. And that's gonna include things like mainly things like material stuff, anything like that. So let's get into it. Alright, and there he is in all of his awesome glory. This is Zelron. Now let's see how the shading looks upon he. Okay, well, let's fix it. Hang on, here we go, and adjust, and boom, there we go. And now we have that. We can actually start going into things like the proper lighting. So, what color is the scene? If it's like sunny outside, you want to make it like a yellowish tint. You want to make it like whatever tint of the light source, you need to tint it that color pretty much. That's I suck at speaking. Now, the thing I love about Photoshop is that you can actually go in, if you double click the little window here, it'll pull up this window, and what I like to do is give my colors a little bit of inner glow to give it more of that realistic feel. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to change the color to orange or reddish color, depending on what the blood of your character is. But since, you know, blood, red, plus yellow sunlight, that usually equals a orange color. You can do this, you don't want it too harsh, and make it, boom, vibrant. And boom, once you color, it'll have like a little ring of that color there. And you just want to just color over it. Color over things. Where where you think it's hitting shadows, you want to make sure you're getting it there as well. It'll add a little bit of extra, you know, interesting color variation into your art piece. Alright, so now that we have a slight yellowish tint on certain pieces, now we can actually begin the rendering stage, where we go in, we emphasize those shadows, we push the values, and we add highlights to things, and pretty much make the entire piece finalized. Alright, so I merged down all my layers, and now we can actually go in and make things look nice. So, this is going to be really long. Get prepared. Just get yourself a nice cup of tea or whatever drink and just go in and have yourself a good time. And then when we're done with this, it'll be the final render, and then we can put extra background stuff on it later. Oh my god. Hi, it's Tenchi from the future here. I wanted to quickly and sincerely apologize for the amount of flipping during this rendering stage. I honestly don't know what the fuck was going through my head, but rest assured that this will not happen again. I will keep this in mind when I'm actually making art. So sorry for this. So sorry you had to suffer through this, but I will make sure I will not do this again next time. So enjoy what you can. I hope you can find a way to look at it and not get a seizure, but yeah, sorry. And that is the final result. This process is usually the main one I use for when I'm designing characters on their own, as I said before. So it's really not meant to produce anything really detailed or very, highly rendered, so to speak, but it is a good way to, number one, practice decent shading, like, the bare bones of shading, and it's also a great way to get a nice bit of art for a character that you like. So I hope that some of you guys take a few things from this, and if the process doesn't work out for you, then honestly that's fine, because I've been looking for I've been looking around for different processes to try out and such, but this one seems to be the main one that I enjoy the most. But yeah, how did your drawing turn out? Did you guys follow along with me? If so, I would like you to share it. You can go to my Instagram. Instagram is down there in that gray box that everybody always goes to at the end of videos, hopefully. And DM me any of the pictures that you've made using this process. And that's gonna do it for the rest of this video. I hope you all enjoyed my wackiness, and thank you all again for the engagement on the last one. As I said before, I don't usually like uploading videos, mainly because they usually never perform well, and people usually never really care about what I have to say, but it was a really nice wake-up call to know, and it was really refreshing and awesome and uplifting to know that there are people out there that care about what I have to say. Not to get all weird, but I mean, because it was just a few comments, but even then, to know that people care about what me, a dumb idiot person in his room, does, and people care about what I have to say, it's awesome. And it's really motivating. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna drop this, and then now I'm gonna drop this video. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you in the next one, hopefully. Give me some suggestions. I had a really hard time coming up with a suggestion for this video. Let me know what you want to see. I suck. Oh, also, Spider-Man 2 is coming out soon. I'm excited. So, you probably won't see another video from me in a while. just know that if this does get a bit of engagement, just be aware that the next one may not come out as soon as this one did. It'll come out maybe a week after the game comes out, because by then I would have gotten my share of the game. I still would be playing it on the side, but yeah, no, that game's gonna get all my attention, all of it. The only thing I probably do is just Inktober, honestly, because I've been going consistently with that, and I've never really done it Inktober before, so maybe come follow my Instagram. Anyways, I'm gone. Bye bye. By the way, ignore the shirt that I'm wearing. This is the same exact shirt you saw me in before. I did not spend multiple days working on this. You are lying to yourself if you believe that I am actually just, changing shirts over multiple different days. No, this is all being done in the same day. You're the problem, okay? Spider-Man 2 is coming out soon. Yee, I'm really excited. Alright, now get the fuck off my screen. Get off. Get away. Move, pussy.